This is book number 77, Nathan's Fishing Trip by Lula Dela Cree. One name on the cover, so Lula is both the author and the illustrator. Nathan's Fishing Trip. Most of you have gotten to go fishing with Grandpa when you went for the first time. And every single one of you, older girls, caught your first fish with Grandpa. Nathan's Fishing Trip. It was sunrise. Nathan was packing the sandwiches as Nicholas Alexander untied the boat. Now they were set, ready to go. Very, very early, they had gathered everything they needed for Nathan's first fishing trip. 2 fishing rods, hooks, lures, and flies, a bucket for the fish, and the worms. Of course, the worms. And while they were making the list, they showed you what those things look like. The hooks, the lures, and the flies. All the things you need to go fishing. The boat softly crossed the waters to the rhythmic of the motor's sound. All of a sudden, Nicholas stopped. "This is a good place to start your fishing lesson," he said. "Sir, first you tie the hook to the line and then you throw it into the lake. You sit very still and just wait." "Can't I hold it yet?" asked Nathan. "Please." "Well, fine, but sit in the center and be still." Something bit, cried Nathan. "Hold the line tight and take it slowly," exclaimed Nicholas. "Oh!" shouted Nathan. It swam away. "With my fishing rod," cried Nathan. "It's quite all right, sir. We still have another rod and enough lures and hooks to make a good catch," said Nicholas. "Just wait. You'll see." Can you see what the sun is doing in the picture? That's letting us know that time is passing by. It's getting higher in the sky. They've had to wait so long for another fish bite. Three hooks, 5 flies, and 7 lures later, Nicholas declared they had to try something better. "Yes," he said, "I think the fish around here must like nice, fat, tasty garden worms." Uh-oh. You see the worms do it over here. Nicholas Alexander looked for the worms. He emptied the can. He ran the side of the boat, but he couldn't find one. He sniffed and searched for the worms. They looked around until at last they found a hole in the lunch bag. A fat little worm was nibbling inside. Nicholas threw himself on top of it, but it squirmed away. Then Nathan threw himself on top of it. Splash! "Grabbed it," cried Nicholas Alexander. They straightened the boat and recovered everything but the rod. I told you to sit still, exclaimed Nicholas. It's going to be quite impossible to fish a trout without a fishing pole. We might as well forget the whole affair. I got an idea, cried Nathan, and he took the worm with his trunk and he plunged his head into the water. Elephants can actually hold their breath a very long time under the water. A few minutes later, he emerged, beaming proudly, holding a beautiful rainbow trout. It's magnificent, exclaimed Nicholas. Congratulations, my friend. Quick, put it in the bucket. I can't wait to roast it and taste it. Tired but happy, they steered towards land and docked the boat. They built a nice warm fire and prepared everything for a late, well-deserved meal. The trout was still bouncing and struggling inside the bucket. This is going to be quite delicious, moist and tender, and sprinkled with lemon, said Nicholas, licking his whiskers. Nathan peeked inside the bucket. He watched the trout for a while. It's such a pretty fish, he thought. His face said, Do we really have to eat it? Said Nathan. Nicholas looked at Nathan, he looked at the trout, and he tilted the bucket toward the lake, and as the trout swam away, he said, No, sir, I think we can be quite content with peanut butter and cucumber sandwiches. I don't think I've ever tried a peanut butter and cucumber sandwich. I do think I have a cucumber in there. Maybe I should try it. Nathan's fishing trip.